Hello and welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Tina Quinn. The US President Donald Trump has blamed diversity recruitment policies for the deadly crash between a passenger plane and an Army helicopter over a river in Washington. He's provided no evidence. All 67 people on board the two aircrafts were killed. Search and recovery efforts are underway, with local fire chief John Donnelly saying that 28 bodies have been recovered from the water so far.
We are now at a point where we are switching from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. At this point, we don't believe there are any survivors from this accident.
Crowds in the occupied West Bank have welcomed the release of more than 100 Palestinians from Israeli prisons as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal. They were freed after a brief delay prompted by a chaotic handover of hostages in the southern Gazan city of Han Yunis several hours earlier. Returning home now, and two people remain in custody over a caravan found full of explosives at Dural in Sydney's northwest. Police are investigating whether a third person is linked to the investigation. Meanwhile, Australia's terror threat level will remain at probable, despite the discovery of the foiled terror plot. ASIO says it lifted the threat level last year, anticipating that the security climate would worsen. It says there is no ongoing threat to public safety. More than 800 social and affordable homes will be built under the first round of contracts to be signed through the Housing Australia Future Fund. The $10 billion scheme was established more than a year ago. The federal government is confident some projects will be finished within the next 12 months. Housing Minister Claire O'Neill says it's about alleviating pressure on everyday Australians.
Australians are under real pressure, and our government is working to alleviate that by building more homes right around the country of all kinds. 55,000 social and affordable homes have been funded by our government, and we've got more tradies on the tools trying to get those homes up and running as quickly as possible.
The National Australia Bank is looking at opening on Sundays at major shopping centres. As of this weekend, 29 branches will stay open all day Saturday. If the plan goes ahead, NAB would be the first big bank in decades to operate on a Sunday. And Mexico's president has written to Google, asking it to reconsider a decision to relabel the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America for users in the United States. The company made the move after US President Donald Trump signed an executive order to rename the Gulf. To sport, and suspended Richmond star Noah Bolter has admitted to an assault following an incident that left a man in hospital with a head injury. He entered the guilty plea over the incident on the New South Wales-Victoria border last month. Bolter will remain out on bail before being sentenced in March. Well, another dominant day of Test cricket for Australia against Sri Lanka. A brilliant catch from Travis Head saw Sri Lanka captain Angelo Matthews bowled out on day 2 in Galle. The home side will resume on 3 for 44, trailing the Aussies by 610 runs. And North Melbourne young gun George Wardlow will be out of action for up to 3 months with a hamstring injury. The 20-year-old hurt his right hamstring during a match simulation on Wednesday. The Kangaroos take on the Western Bulldogs in their AFL opener on March 15. To entertainment news now, and the English actress and singer Marianne Faithfull has died. An icon of the swinging 60s, she shot to fame as a teenager with the song As Tears Go By, which was written by her then-boyfriend Mick Jagger and his bandmate Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. She continued to carve out a successful singing career throughout the 1970s and 80s. The statement announcing her death said she passed away in London in the company of her loving family. Marianne Faithfull was 78 years old. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.